Hello and welcome back to another video and something new that I'm doing on this channel. So I thought that I'd review the Next Step Series 6 for the first time. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, if you're wondering, Sir Devon, why is a smart looking handsome bloke with a beard like you reviewing the Next Step Series 6 at the age of 21? Well, I thought I'd review it because I never watched it. I never got to see it. Well, I did have the chance to see it, but I didn't want to watch it at the time. So now the time has come for me to face the music and dance. So, first of all, I do make some comparisons here to things like Warhammer 40k. So let me just have a short explain this. So Warhammer 40k is this science fiction franchise set in the 41st millennium where everything's gone to hell. There are no good guys, just grim darkness in the far future. And you've got these cool gut-looking guys called Space Marines. Now, the Space Marines serve a god emperor of mankind. They want to keep out the evil powers of chaos that can be accessed from the warp. So chaos is more of a renegade side to the Imperium. So some Imperialists did turn to chaos, like this guy. So this is a member of the Black Legion, which is a chaos chapter in Warhammer. So the Horus Heresy was kind of a rebellion thing. So just a short explainer, because I'll make a lot of comparisons to 40k in this. So, without further ado, let us begin. So, in this notebook here, which is also the notebook for my Doctor Who project, Gallifrey Falls, update on that. Act 2 is completely done. I'm looking forward to doing Act 3. I'll get it done as soon as possible. But we've got a lot to do. I think it's one of the longest acts of the show, of the movie. And Act 2 alone is about half an hour long. So Act 1 was 20 minutes. Act 2 is half an hour. So an hour and 10 minutes we're looking so far. It might be coming up to 2. Can we break a record? So, but anywho, as we go here, so 2018, a lot of stuff happened that year, as it happens every year. But we had NXT was at its best. You know, we had Undisputed Era running the show. I've got a DVD of NXT takeovers, or of the best matches from NXT takeovers of that year. We also have Power Rangers Ninja Steel, not my favorite Power Ranger series. Of course, Jodie Whittaker was the Doctor, and Satan Chibnall. We had politicians Trump, Boris, and Theresa May. And this was pre-MCU, so Infinity War, the last good Marvel film, came out. Let's get to my notes and let's get into it. So, we have the opening dance. We have some of the leftovers from season 5. So Noah, Jackie, hello, Jackie. If you've ever seen Friday Night Dinner, you know what that is. Hello, all. We have Noah, then Henry, and Piper, Amy, and I feel like there's someone missing. Anywho, yeah, so the opening dance, and then we have the song. Now, I'm going to be honest, I hate the Next Step soundtrack. It sounds too childish and so annoying. It makes BTS look decent. All of modern music is crap. Every modern song that I've ever heard is crap, apart from If Your Name Is Owl City, Miles Ehrlich, Skillet, or we have, yeah, so enough about how much I hate the Next Step soundtrack. So then Angela and Co come in for the first time. Now at first I felt they were copies of some old characters. So I felt Lily was kind of a copy of Amanda. Angela was a copy of Lucian. And it also made me think of the Transformers movie, the scene where Megatron becomes Galvatron. And I just imagine Angela coming in to say, "These are your auditions. This is bad comedy." So anywho, yeah, opening dance. Then Miss Angela comes in. So kind of like Galvatron in a way. One thing I also did notice, it's nice to see a bit of long-term storytelling because they've all come so far on their journeys in the show. You know, Lily starts out as, of course, Miss Angela's daughter who listens to everything she says and whines about the fact that she's being forced to do something she doesn't want to do. And then she becomes more of a solemn, more of an intelligent and solemn person when series 8 rolls around, because, you know, she has that experience. And it's nice that they do a bit of long-term storytelling here, similar to the way New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom Wrestling do their things, do their stories. And then one note I will make is it's sad that Heather's gone, because I liked Heather. I actually liked her. I think her character was good. I think she was funny. And she had so much potential. I also miss Noah or Miles Ehrlich, because Miles Ehrlich is a multi-talented man. He's a singer, actor, and dancer. Noah has achieved so much. So is Miles Ehrlich. You know, he's one of my favorite famous people. So anywho, then Jackie comes in. Hello, Jackie. So of course she's dyed her hair black this time. I prefer brown hair Jackie, but this is a nice change for her. This is a nice bit of character development. So then Angela Tron and her minions then come in and talk about, she's kind of also like a combination of Galvatron and Cardo Sicarius. Cardo Sicarius was the first the captain of, or was a big figure in the Ultramarines, which is another 40k chapter. God, imagine Sicarius in the Gollyman Heresy. Chaos Carto Sicarius. So anywho, so I was on about long-term storytelling. Then we cut to Emily and Michelle, and their frenemyship continues. They're now co-managers of Shakes and Ladders, which is the bar that changes its name every year for some odd reason, because the production guys probably have a big budget and they have a tiny bit of an argument. So then auditions get underway, and we have the wink it out stuff from Lily with the "when in doubt, wink it out." You can see what I'm glad they managed to rescue Lily. If they should have stopped like that, I think, I don't think we'd have watched it for long. So anywho, and then the Troupe Heresy begins, because Angela praises her own guys, but not the next step guys. So that causes concern for some of the dancers and causes frustration among some of them. And then while Jackie and someone else is talking about how bad Angela is, in comes Kenzie, and she's like, yeah, she's bad. So then Kenzie, Finn, and Summer all agree that Miss Angela's not a good studio head and she's super strict. Then at the end of the episode, Piper also airs her troubles at Michelle and Emily in Shakes and Ladders. She talks about, so then Michelle convinces her, because she obviously did this in season 1, we're talking all the way back to 2013 here. And Piper stands up to Angela, and Angela yells at her and, for overpraising her daughter. And then the episode ends with Piper acting really depressed. And of course, Summer should have told her, and this is why I hate Summer, because she was so incompetent. Like, I'm sorry, but she was so unaware of what was going on. Like, she was so gone, And that episode where she turned off the power just to be with Henry, what the hell was all that about? What in the name of the Iron Throne in King's Landing is that about? So anywho, then we move on to episode 2. So Lily is not happy and she wants to lead, kind of like Starscream. Armada Starscream, I should say, because Armada Starscream is one of the most, one of the best incarnations of Screamer, because, he starts out as your average Starscream. I want to take over Megatron. I want to overthrow him. I deserve to rule the Decepticons. But later on, he joins the Autobots and he sacrifices himself toward the very end of the show to Unicron. It's a very emotional scene, which is why Michael Dobson's my favorite Starscream actor. And in Cybertron, well, Cybertron Starscream was awesome because he got this close to getting what he wanted. Like, he got this close to destroying Primus. But anywho, so as we go in, Lily wants to lead, and everyone else who dances is forced to wear a uniform and is made to smile. Even when you're down, smile. I'm sure the Joker could help with that. Hello, Batsy. Mark Hamill. I don't know. I've not seen many Batman films. I've only seen the Joker movie and played the Lego Batman video game. In fact, that's Mark Hamill who voices Joker. Anywho, then we have they're forced to smile, and then we cut to the most ridiculous scene so far. Piper is depressed. And then Finn and Jackie are manipulated to leave by Kenzie. Because, Kenzie wants to work with either Finn or Jackie, or use Studio One. And then our first shot of Winnie, who is obsessed with getting on A Troupe. And then she's all like, I want to be on A Troupe so badly. Yeah, I gotta admit though, her character was very excitable, very energetic. So then Summer gets paranoid about everything, which is why I hate her. She's like, oh, I feel so guilty about what I've done. I feel really, really guilty. I can't get over the fact that I messed up. I should have told Summer. I can't get over the fact that I'm incompetent. So yeah, Summer can't get over anything. And then Piper returns and is afraid of Angelatron. and she's in Shakes and Ladders, and she's got to confront her. She should have confronted her to begin with. She should have apologized and fallen in line. Hence the term, and I'm saying this in a crosshair voice, good soldiers follow orders. So anywho, somewhere over here is Lily and Angela talking, and it's a good representation of parents who push their kids. I was thinking this because it's like this on Dance Moms and all those stupid beauty pageants you get. There was this scene in South Park where Honey Boo Boo makes an appearance. If you remember the Honey Boo Boo scene in South Park where Mama June talks about, what are you going to say to them judges? So it's kind of like that style of parenting, you know, where, oh, look at my daughter, she's amazing. Now you've got to be the best in the world and don't care about anyone else. I think Angela was one of those, was like based on one of those parents who pushed their child so hard to do what they want to do. So then Lily is using Piper to get her top spot, or using the Piper situation to get the top spot as dance captain. Then Summer messes up again and makes. Then Kenzie and Jackie, we cut to them. They're actually now getting along. This would then echo later within the series. I've seen clips of it, by the way. And then Lily makes Winnie replace Piper. And then Summer does a Slay Queen speech because of the mess that she made. At least she's finally doing something about the mess that she made, and she actually got the guts to fix her mistake. And then Angela wants to punish them. So the mirror cleaning again. So then they do a mirror cleaning scene, which is a thing that they did in the late series, and I think it's just boring, you know. And then, of course, I think someone made a CM Punk reference in one of his Ring of Honor and AEW promos when he said, I will become a monster to fight the monsters of the world. You know, that kind of thing. So the only thing that can defeat a monster is another monster. Well, on July 17th, I will become a monster to fight the monsters of the world. That's one of my favorite wrestling promos. If ever I'm down, I watch that promo again and his last promo on Dynamite. So then we go to episode 3. So Rochelle returns at about the worst time possible. Then Rochelle feels guilty, like she shouldn't, because Miss Kate hired Angela and Kate messed up. Then we have the Ahead of Our Time auditions. So I actually like this song because I know it's got a nice sound to it. And, you know, it's pretty nice. And it feels like a new generation for the next step, you know. Each generation has their anthem. You know, the 1 to 3 guys have something like Addicted to You. These guys are Ahead of Our Time, and the next generation have Cannonball, I think, or whatever. So yeah, Rochelle feels guilty, which she shouldn't do. And then duet auditions begin. Angela's forever praising of Lily continues, and Rochelle is paired with Lily. Summer also tries to warn Rochelle and meddles, like the meddling monk. Meddling monk was a villain in Doctor Who, in classic Doctor Who and Big Finish. If you want a good meddling monk story, The Time Meddler and Doom Coalition 4. Although you've got to listen to the other Doom Coalitions before anything else. So, Summer then meddles like she always does. And then Angela criticizes Rochelle, and she gets along, and she just goes along because, you know, Now, I do have to confess, I wasn't a Ozzy fan when it started because I thought Ozzy was just simping for Rochelle. Like, he'd just do anything for her. And simp behavior is not okay. But I'm glad that season 8 managed to rescue Rochelle and Ozzy because they made Ozzy actually comfort Rochelle. Although I don't like how they made a premonition in What If. No, not What If. The Christmas episode, because if it's an alternative universe, it should be an alternative reality. So we could have had a reality where Rochelle is actually with Finn. That'll make all the pin shippers cry. But then again, you know what I mean? It's an alternative universe. Anything is possible. So then Noah and Amy tell Piper that they still need to step in line. So similar to the good soldiers follow orders line from Crosshair. So from Order 66. But now, Rochelle is now manipulating Lily. She's tipping the balance of the thing in her favour. It's also kind of like when Skylar manipulated everyone to kick Riley out, which should have happened, really, knowing what would have happened later. So then Ozzy is still obsessing over Rochelle. And then he also tricks Finn. Finn falls into Ozzy's trap and helps Kenzie with her hip hop. Then Rochelle becomes Lily's assistant and decides to point out everyone's weaknesses. Because, you know, to know their strengths, you've got to know their weaknesses. Which is also room for improvement. I like that Jackie only has one face line or one expression. So anywho, then we have the next day. So then we have Noah goes off and tells off Rochelle for running her mouth about the dancers, which is good for Noah. And then it's revealed that the next day, Angela will become the co-owner of The Next Step with Kate. And she wants to make it all kind of Sicarius, see? I'm kind of Sicarius. Ozzy simps for Rochelle even more. But Rochelle has a plan. That's when Rochelle begins. So then episode 4, aka the Siege of Terror TNS edition, but without Horus dying at the end. And it's a more toned down version of the Siege of Terror. So anywho, Miss Kate comes back. Nice to see her back again after 2 series. Why the hell didn't she turn? Oh no, she did. Sorry. So, no, Miss Kate comes back again. And then while Lily checks the schedule for the day's doings, Troupe then devise a plan. So Rochelle distracts Lily then or causes a distraction while the others decorate. Ozzy tries to sneak past, but then he gets spotted, but he tries to make an excuse. Then later in Shakes and Ladders, Piper has another talk with Emily and Michelle. She's so depressed she doesn't want to confront her fears. For God's sake, get it over with, woman. We've all got to face hell sometimes. But when in doubt, throw it out the airlock, as Jarvik would say. Yeah, I'm on a Mass Effect playthrough again. I've just brought out Jarvik. So anywho, so Rochelle messes up. So Then Lily sees what's going on and has all this party planned for her. And then she has a massive meltdown. And then a cake fight begins. I love how Finster's shout, "Food fight!" And also I watched the behind the scenes of this. And apparently they really enjoyed doing it because it was a one-take wonder. "Hey, Lily, I think you could do some cake," and stuffs it in her face. So that's happening. And then Piper, Michelle, and Emily talk about embarrassing moments. And then they decide to rebel because they find it was embarrassing in Kate. You know, for them it is pretty embarrassing. But I have got to say, the caretaker's going to have a lot to clean up in the evening. And I think Miss Kate should have done something. You know, she should have taken action. Like she said, "If you're not happy, I should have told her." So Angela Sicarius and Lily leave, and then all ready to plot what was going on. I've already said it's the 1500th, the Black Crusade, because after the Horus Heresy, the Sons of Horus and the Forces of Chaos were a bit thin on the ground. So Abaddon became War Master, who also served Horus during the Heresy, and the Sons of Horus then become the Black Legion, which the guy that you see here is a part of the Black Legion. But anywho, they're plotting what to do next. And then, of course, Piper has all this emotional rants and like, "Yay, we're rid of Miss Angela." And then we also have early showings of Amy and Henry when she says, "You've got a piece there." And then we have the animals dance. I don't mind the animals dance, to be honest. So yeah, that's just about it for this episode. To be honest, so far, I think it's just introducing a new generation of dancers. Of course, knowing what was to come, this was a new generation, you know, a generation that would become more popular on CBBC. You know, of course, we've got our original Next Step fans. If you're in the comments, you're right. And any fans of this A Troupe, this was a generation. And this was the start of that. This marked the beginning of the next step that most people, the most popular incarnation of the show. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this. And I will see you all in the next video. So goodbye and good night. I'm just trying to stop the share.